All right, Shalom. This is Harawan Banyasha Allah of the GMS Lions Den Camp. I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Harakakodash, Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles, the GMS, and the elders. And Shalom to your Akim and Agwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. I'm about to play this video. The page, this page has received a strike flag the other day, due to a video I put out against homosexuality almost about a damn year ago. So I guess somebody flagged it, and they tried to hit the page for hate speech. They said it falls under hate speech to say that homosexuals are going to be destroyed, and destroyed just meaning judged according to the scriptures. And that judgment is going to be death. But anyway, so I'm going to play this video. Hopefully I don't receive a strike for it. You got people flagging videos now. I'm going to play this video of Vo-Scab Malone toying around with this novice, man. Now, you novices, man. You always got to call into the damn radio shows. You be talking, be long-winded, taking a long time to get to your damn answer. Slow thinking and shit, and what? Like, these people idiots that be calling in, man, and they make themselves look bad at the end of the day. Calling in to people like Vo-Scab. But anyway, so I'm gonna play this video, man. You're gonna see Vo-Scab Malone toying around with this guy, and they basically making fun of him, man. All right, and but Vo-Scab Malone goes off where he says that Timothy is a heathen. He believed that Timothy of the New Testament that taught under Paul, he believed that Timothy was a heathen because his father was a Greek. And so anyway, I'm going to play it, let you see for yourself. The videos, I'm going to play 2 minutes of it. That's why I decided to speak first so you can kind of see what's going on.
Do you think that do you think that Timothy was an Israelite?
You know what? I wouldn't say. I can't say yay or nay.
Well, do you think? How do you think a person's Israelite heritage is properly determined? For example, does their father have to be an Israelite?
I think in these times, I think it's where it says the Spirit beareth witness. So I think it's the conditions of it.
Okay, so would you say there's like a percentage of your blood that would have to be Hebrew for you to qualify as an Israelite? For example, there's a lot of programs that if you're Native American, you can qualify for it, but you have to have a tribal card, and your blood has to be a certain percentage. It's like 1/16, this kind of thing. What percentage? What fraction would a person have to be Hebrew Israelite to qualify as being able to be that mediator between a Gentile seeking salvation and God? Do you have like a way to determine that?
No, again, I believe the conditions. For example, the curses.
Okay, can you tell me any time in the Bible where Israel determined their lineage by curses they've experienced as opposed to whether their father or mother was an Israelite?
No, sir, not early in it, but I think that it was towards the latter days.
So you would say you have an extra biblical way to determine Israelite heritage then?
No, sir. I wouldn't say extra biblical, but again, I would determine in the latter days what is the condition of Israel? What condition will Israel be in the latter days?
So, for example, Timothy's father, according to Acts 16:1, was a Greek.
Yeah. Well, Job was the Edomite.
Mm-hmm.
So would we say Job doesn't have a chance?
Well, no, I don't agree with the presupposition that there's a barrier of an Israelite before Jesus, but you do have that barrier. So do you believe that Timothy would have been qualified, as his father is not an Israelite? Do you think he would have been qualified to play this mediatorial role between a Gentile and Jesus?
I would say so.
So half would be acceptable, even if your mother was the Israelite?
I think because you asked me about percentage.
All right, so you heard it for yourself. They both don't know what the hell they talking about. This guy here in the you know, the light skinned guy here, he shouldn't be teaching, man. You know, I hate to say people shouldn't be teaching or not, but he one of them people that probably got an overbearing spirit, teaching people around him, and now he got on there trying to challenge Vo-Scab, and they destroyed him. And he didn't know how to defend himself, defend the doctrine. You know, to defend the doctrine, and then you throw blasphemy out there as well. You know, blaspheming the truth. Right? This guy saying Job is an Edomite. The scriptures never said Job was an Edomite, man. Job was a just man, and for his prayers to be heard, he had to be an Israelite. If you can't understand that, this truth is not for you, man. You're gonna always be a novice, or you're gonna always be a scoffer. That's just it. All until the end. All right. Now I'm gonna get into a couple scriptures because you heard Vo-Scab, you know, say that Timothy's father was not an Israelite, but his mother was. You know, so I'm gonna get into that real quick. All right, so I'm gonna get into the scriptures, man. They said a lot, so I'm gonna try to, you know, not take too long with the points. But what's his name? What that Edomite Vo-Scab was saying is that you know, the same way Native Americans, to take part in certain benefits, they have to show their tribal proof that they're from that they're Native American, or, you know, whatever tribe they're from. And he was saying, are Israelites teaching? Does the Bible teach that you have to walk up to somebody and show proof that you're an Israelite to be able to be in the truth? You know, and we don't teach that. Matter of fact, let me get this scripture instead. All right, this is First Chronicles 9:1. It says, so now he said, was there ever any times in the scriptures where Israelites used their genealogies to tell who they are, or whether they were the children of the prophecies? Well, they didn't use the genealogy to show, because the scriptures tell you don't give heed to, and I'm gonna get that scripture too. Don't give heed to endless genealogies, you know? But there are points where that had to be used or chronologized, you know, chronicled, you know, recorded. This is First Chronicles 9:1. So all Israel were reckoned by genealogies. I mean, it's genes through sperm, right? Through the father. And behold, they were written in the book of the kings of Israel and Judah, who were carried away to Babylon for their transgressions, right? So if we have books today, would they matter? All the books were destroyed, taken, stolen, burned, right? In Babylon, and when the Babylonians came in and sent Esau in, you know, and also in 70 AD, right? All the stuff was stolen and burned down. So we don't have those books no more. So how can we tell who's who? All right, this is Romans 8:14. For as many as are led by the Spirit of Yahweh, these are the sons of God. See? So the ones that are led by the Spirit of Yahweh, led into knowing that Yahweh, his son is Yahweh Shai, that his name is Yahweh, his son's name is Yahweh Shai, that Job was an Israelite, not an Edomite like these two boneheads were saying, that Timothy was an Israelite. You know, you're going to know these things. The Spirit going to lead you into it. It's going to lead you into knowing that the mark of the beast is the RFID chip, and so on and so on. All right, that's how you're going to know who's who today. We're going to know when the Lord shows up. Wisdom of Solomon 5 said, how is he numbered among the saints? That's what people are going to say. They're going to say, how is that person? He look like an Edomite, but that's an Israelite? How is that dude? That's a so-called Negro. That's it. That's an Israelite this whole time? Yeah, that's an Israelite. You're going to have some Israelites that look like they're Chinese, but their bloodline is going to go back to what? The children of Israel. How are we going to know that? Because they're going to have this truth. That was it. Vocab like the joke and mock us and say, yeah, man, they teach that if you're an Israelite, if you believe. So that means anybody can believe. That's it. That's all you got to do is believe, and you're an Israelite. So you try to mock it, but that's the truth. If you're not the son of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, you're not going to believe this whole truth. Either you're going to be like ISUPK, you're going to say his name is Yahweh and his son named Yahushua, but they're going to teach false doctrine saying the RFID chip is not the mark of the beast. So they don't have the whole truth. The people at the churches and things like that, they might know about the mark of the beast, but they don't know the Lord's name and his customs and so on and so on. All right, so that body of that truth is under the umbrella of Apostle Har on down and GMS. All right, and that's how you know who the men of the Lord are today. It says, for as many as are led by the Spirit of Yahweh, these are the sons of Yahweh, not by genealogy. So there's no reason to even conversate about that. With vocab, they keep bringing that up. So you believe that we should go through our tribal lineage to be in the truth, to say we're Israelite today? And it's like, no, you can't do it. There's no way to really say that. But according to the prophecies, they line up with the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, and being young, you felt this your whole life. Esau ain't never felt that growing up. They've been lied to. They've been lied to, being told that they are the Jews. When they're the heathens, they're Esau. Just like Vocab is an Edomite, a German Edomite. He's not no damn Italian. He want to be Italian so bad. It says, for ye have not received the spirit of bondage, again to fear, right? To be in sin, to be blinded away from the truth, like these idiots were on that video. All right, that goes with Galatians chapter 4. To be free from that bondage is to be have the spirit of Yahushua in you, being sons, being heirs to the throne. All right. Romans 11 said the ones that are blinded of the children of Israel becoming Gentiles, they're still in bondage until they get what? Woken up. It's just that simple, man. See, Vocab and them trying to find different ways to get into the kingdom. They can't. There's no other way. The ways are shut. There's only one way to the tree of life. And that's through the straight gate. You got to be an Israelite, for one. And two, you got to be in the truth. You got to be called. But ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. That goes with Galatians chapter 4. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh. All right. So the Spirit beareth witness. Why you judge a tree by its fruits. All right. We're in the time of edification of the same times of Adam over again. Because we're in the times of the second Adam, which would be Yahushua from heaven, because he was the first Adam. But now we're in the time of the first Adam was to death. You was up the ground, you get taken back to the ground. You had sin in you, you set up for death. The law was over us, and if we broke the law, we put to death. But we were not able to gain life or truth from the law. We were only able to measure sin and righteousness according to the law. All right, but if you broke the law, you'd be put to death or punished. So that wasn't unto life. It's impossible for us to keep that law perfectly until the Lord gives us that ability to keep it perfectly. So now, Yahushua, the second Adam, is unto life, unto the spirit, to be in this truth. The judgment of the law is taken away, meaning we won't be put to death if you sin mistakenly, or But according to the spirit, you got the spirit of Yahushua within you, being the son, calling out Abba Father, right? And that spirit is supposed to make you want to be like Yahushua, to follow his ways, to try to keep the laws to the best of your ability. And people like Vo-Scab can't understand that, man. With his bald face, fat fingered, talking shit. So it says, and if children, then heirs of Yahweh, and joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestations of the sons of Yahweh. See, it's about to be manifest who his sons are, who his people are. All right, and it's not going to look like John Shaft or Isaac Hayes. Well, Isaac Hayes was bald, but I'm saying not going to look like Dr. J or somebody. They will, but majority of our people were scattered around the four corners of the earth. What causing us to be spiritual people, causing us to go out and fish into a sea of people, and whatever fish jump on the line, the Lord is going to do the separating when He shows up. All right, that's the whole reason for the reapers, because people like Vo-Scab think they're gonna make it, and when on that day, you're gonna think your ass getting in that chariot, and you're not gonna make it. Them niggas that's around Vo-Scab they're Jakes, but they don't know, and they don't believe that they're Israelites. They're not gonna make it. Why? Because they're not being led to Yahushua. They still calling the Lord Jesus. It's so much that has to go into with these cats, man. And then you got the idiot throwing out that Job is an Edomite. Job was not an Edomite, man. Damn fools, man. Matthew 13 and 47. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind. See, today, that's what we're doing, right? Revelation say, I think chapter 7, it says, out of every kindred and tongue. Man, our people scattered amongst all these nations. It says, and gathered of every kind, which when it was full, all right, they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. That we had the tares and the wheats. You don't know who's who nowadays. All right. So, our job is to go out there and fish for the hopeful elect, fish to the hopeful Israelites. Because we could be talking to somebody and they can be a straight up heathen. 2/3 of our people are in a heathenistic state of mind. They're still dead. They're still Greeks. They're still pagans. So they're going to perish being heathens. So Vo-Scab's argument is fully null and void because he's not arguing about the proper viewpoints. So yeah, when the Lord shows up, He's going to do the gathering with the angels. He's going to separate the goats on the left and the sheep on the right. Meaning the people that's spiritual, righteous, He's going to put them in safety with His right hand. The ones on the left, He's going to what do you call it? Destroy them with the heathens. All right. 47. Which when it was full, they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into the vessel, but cast the bad away. So shall it be at the end of the world. The angels shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just. So our job is not to sever the wicked from among the just. None of that. Our job is to what? Build up some and tear down some. Tear down strongholds of the mind. Challenge people like Vo-Scab. against their false teaching. Endure unto the end. Encourage one another and comfort each other with these words. That's our job. So, but the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, gonna send his angels to sever the wicked from among the just. So if you say in the vocab like, I believe, and he started acting like an Israelite, which he's not gonna do. The Lord ain't gonna put that in the spirit. Only thing vocab gonna be able to do is mock the Lord, dress up like an Israelite and make jokes. The Lord not gonna allow him to do it. He ain't gonna be able to go out there and teach confident for months, for years, continue to do it. He's gonna burn out instantly and start laughing and joking and mocking the Lord, man. So that's how we know. Now you got Jake, so-called Negroes. If TD fakes come up, or Creflo Dollar, Creflo Steal Your Dollar walked up, or Lil Wayne, and they were mocking the scriptures, but they said, "Hey, I believe that they must be an Israelite if they believe and they continue in the truth." But if they say they don't believe, then they have to be a heathen. Either a heathen or in a heathenistic state of mind. Either one, they're going to perish. If you look like an Edomite and you come up and you say you believe, you're either an imposter and you're going to be found out by the Spirit. You're not going to allow you to stay in the truth, or you're an Israelite that look like a speckled bird, meaning a different color, right? Mingled with the other nations, but your spirit goes back to the right hand side of Yahweh, not on the left hand side. See, it starts before the flesh, vocab. You're either from the left hand side or you're from the right hand side. When you come down to the earth, that's not going to change. The way things are set in the heavens, they're set upon the earth. It's just upon the earth, everybody's mingled amongst each other in this flesh, this clay that we call flesh. You take clay and you mix it with a blue clay, you mix it with a yellow clay, it's going to mix together easily. So these bodies are nothing. It's just clay. You can mix dirt up together all the time. But the spirit is still the spirit. The seed is still the seed, meaning the spirit. And the lineage, if it was an apple tree, it's going to always be an apple tree. The seed that's planted into that soil, into these bodies, is always going to be that same source of where it comes from. You got to micromanage this shit, talk to these damn idiots. And shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. All right. So, all right. So he was saying, how do we tell? You can be able to tell through your tribe. You don't know. We don't know that. But we do know that the Negroes were Israelites according to the scriptures, according to dictionaries, according to a lot of books, man, and proof, and the prophecies. If you can't get it, our job is not to impress you or to get you to admit it, vocab, and to get you heathens to admit it. Our job is to what? Sharpen our skills by challenging, sharpen our brethren, edify our people. Like you hit a sword against a rock, or you hit a rock against a sword. One of the two is going to get sharpened, and and one is going to get damaged. And vocab, that stone that's being thrown against the swords, that's being the swords, man, being tested and sharpened. We get sharper we find more truth through your lies, by challenging this world's lies. Somebody like vocab or Egyptologist step up, that make us have to dive into Egyptology, and we find the truth of Israelites being in Egypt and things like that. It confirms us even more. So it says what? 1 Timothy 1:4. Neither give heed to fables. And what vocab is teaching is fables, man. Calling the Lord Jesus, saying that anybody could be saved. The whole world can be saved, man, as long as they believe, calling it spiritual Israel. You don't have to be of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's what he's teaching, man. That's his whole argument against Israelites. Well, part of it. You know, saying that anybody could be saved because he want to find a way for himself to make it in, man. It's crazy. Which minister, it says, neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies, which minister questions rather than godly edifying, which is in faith, so do. So our whole purpose is what? Now the end of the commandment is charity out of a pure heart and of a good conscience and of faith unfeigned, man. So not walking up to you and saying, hey, you from the tribe of Judah? What tribe you from? Well, if you ain't from the tribe, you can't be in the truth. That's not our purpose. Our purpose is to deal with the second Adam, which would be to be spiritual again. The same way Adam was told to, this is Luke 6:43. For a good tree bringeth not forth corrupt fruit, neither doeth a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. And that's how we judge people today, according to the fruit that they bear. And that fruit is the wisdom. Do you have instructions from the world or instructions from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua? You know, that's how we judge the difference. Not according to flesh. But if you say, well, what's the whole purpose you call yourself an Israelite then? Because if you look in the past, you can look and see, according to the prophecies, that the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the ones scattered amongst these heathens, you can even filter through them and you'll find the prophecies fitting our people, man, the Israelites. All right. Where it says in Revelation that the Lord is a dark-skinned man, but in Hebrews it said that he's from the tribe of Judah. If you go to the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, it says that the Negroes are not Africans. They're not the children of Ham. So who the hell are we? Why was the Lord dark skinned like that? Burnt dark skin, but he's not an African. You know, who are these Edomites that have red skin? Why do we see people with red skin today that ruled Greece and Rome and pagans and things like that, man? You know, so this dude's trying to bluff people all the way to the end, making money. His whole purpose is money. So that's why we judge Vo-Scab and say he's either a heathen or an Israelite that looks like an Edomite and that's still acting like a goddamn heathen. So either way, he's going to perish. For a good tree bringeth not forth corrupt fruit, neither doeth a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. For every tree is known by his own fruit. For of thorns men do not gather figs, nor of a bramble bush gather they grapes, right? So an Israelite is an Israelite is an Israelite. That's just it, man. But how can we tell who's who today? All right, because upon this earth, you know, staring face to face with just humans. You know, when you're born into this world, you don't know anything. Instruction and wisdom has to be sent from above, man. It has to be put here in place before us and give us a destination to live towards. And it was put here before us through word of mouth, through stories told, you know, through parents, through Israelites passed all the way down through lineages. And it was also chronicled in what's called the scriptures today. What things that are written aforetime were written for our learning today. Other than that, we'll just be a bunch of confused as humans trying to figure out life through science or worldly knowledge or fables like Vo-Scab is doing. He's just a brute beast, man. All right. It's Proverbs 27:19. As in water, face answereth to face. So if you're looking at the water in the reflection, you see just face to face, man. It just answers to face, right? Just like you see a human being. At the end of the day, we're all just flesh. So the heart of man to man, you know? So the heart of man to man. So, matter of fact, so, all right, James 1:23. For if any man be a hearer of the word, see, as man speaks to man, you're sharing your fruit, your wisdom, your mind. But any person that follows their own heart is a fool. Follows the ways of these universities and these schools and Phoenix and seminaries, right? What's his name? Vo-Scab. That's the college that he went to. He called it Phoenix Seminary or some shit. And that's where he got all his false doctrine from. All right. James 1:23. For if any man be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. All right. So basically hearing the word. If you're hearing this word, you're hearing your natural face. You're seeing your natural face the way you're supposed to be. Not in a blurred or broken or a confused vision, right? Or a foggy vision. Instead, it's clear and natural, and you see yourself in this truth. You know, just like when Yahweh shows up, we are going to see him as he is. But right now, we see through a glass, foggy, right? We see it kind of blurred. We see a reflection of ourselves. We can only almost see who we're supposed to be. We have a glimpse of the kingdom, glimpse of how we're going to be, glimpse of righteousness. But 2/3 of our people, this is them. It says, so if you hear the word, you're like a man beholding your natural face in the glass, for he beholdeth himself and goeth his way. So when you meet your brother in the truth and you see him out in the streets teaching, you're looking at yourself. You're looking at your how you should be, right? Even if a brother is further along than you, you're going to be that in the future. You're going to have on garments teaching out in the streets and being on fire like that, you know, and so on and so on. We provoke each other to emulation like Paul did, which are his flesh. So for he beholdeth himself and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was. All right, so you don't want to look into that reflection and you see the world. You want to look into that reflection and see Yahweh and see the apostles and see the prophets. And then when you go out to the world to teach, you don't forget that. You carry the message, you carry that vision, and you paint it for the people precisely, right? Like an artist painting a vision. And you paint it with what? Through words, like rappers do. They paint pictures with words, man. Right? But the picture got to be clear. All right. All right. I'm going to end this part of the video with this. I'm going to go into the next part dealing with Timothy being an Israelite on the second part of the video. But I'm going to end it with this right here, man, towards Vo-Scab and towards this cronies like a bunch of hyenas laughing at the bottom of their screen. All right. Like a bunch of cats playing with a damn toy called a novice. 1 Timothy 6:3. If any man teach otherwise and consent not to wholesome words, even the words of our Lord Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, right? Because the Lord said what? In the book of Matthew, he said, go into the children of Israel and teach that the kingdom is at hand. Don't go into the way of the heathen, the Gentiles, man. And to the doctrine, which is according to godliness, all right? So that's what the doctrine is about. The doctrine is about Yahweh Shai and about prophecy. And it's also about what? Godliness, about being set apart. And when you're teaching this doctrine, even according to history, it got to be set apart. It got to be what? The truth. It got to be truth, amath, reality. He is proud. So that's all he is, man. That's all Vo-Scab is, his heathens, his heathen friends. Right? Vo-Scab and the heathen friends. They just proud. They proud. They know nothing according to the Lord. They can say all the words they want, just like Polite did. See, they come up with all the like they bookworms and shit when they nothing but just worms. He is proud, knoweth nothing, but doting about questions and strife of words. That's them, man. That's them. Doting about questions and strife of words. All right, this is the word doting. It says, act or talk foolishly, be silly. Since act or talk foolishly, be silly, man. And that's what Vo-Scab does. He just mocks the truth, talks shit and laugh and joke about it. Making little segments where he acting like an Israelite, dressed up like an Israelite. Little production videos with him and his friends. They standing by a dumpster and they with a private eye looking for Yahweh Shai. Like, you disrespecting the Lord's name, man. You disrespecting the Messiah. That's why I said blasphemy the Holy Spirit shall not be forgiven. The Lord gonna deal with you himself. All right, you're a stumbling block. That's all Vo-Scab is. All right, so that's what Vo-Scab is doing, man. Verse 4, he is proud. He's an Edomite, but 2/3 of our people are proud too, knowing nothing, but doting about questions and strife of words. So just because this guy went to that school, Phoenix Seminary or whatever you call it, he was a rapper before that, Vo-Scab, but now his rap career went down the drain. Even then it was down the drain before it even started. But now he he's a fat computer geek, a word geek that's challenging scriptures and making money off of it, challenging the Hebrew Israelites, calling us BHI, giving people letter titles, man. That's Fed terminologies. We're not black at all. We're not black Hebrew Israelites. So this dude just a fool, man, like a court gesture, a damn joker. How can you talk serious to somebody like that? Say, hey, we're not black. He's still gonna call you a black Israelite. Just to fucking dote and mock you. All right. So it says, he is proud, knowing nothing, but doting about questions and strifes of words, whereof cometh envy, strife, railings, evil surmisings, perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds. And that's what we just witnessed with all of those people in that video arguing, debating back and forth over with one saying that Job is an Edomite, the other one saying that all people could be saved and that Timothy was a heathen. So those are what? Perverse, meaning altered or twisted disputings of men of corrupt minds and destitute of the truth. So they're destitute of the truth. They cannot get the truth. Supposing that gain is godliness. All right, they chase after money. They call GMS bums. Okay, they see us out on the street wearing a sackcloth for garments. They expecting us to come out and be rich like IUIC, but look what's happening with IUIC, man. They getting locked up for stealing money from their congregation, and nobody cares about that. It's crazy. So they think that gain is godliness, and that's what Vo-Scab does. He gets paid off his videos. That's why every time you click on the video, commercials come on. Why? Because they're getting paid off of it. They made a career out of it. The rap career going down the drain, now you get money doing this. Perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness, from such withdraw thyself. But godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. But they that be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred in the faith. See, mixing this money with this truth, the Lord never gonna let you get the truth. If you're a heathen, you're not gonna ever get this truth, man. And that's just it. But it's funny because the people that can't get it, they always the ones like, hey, you think you got the truth. You ain't got the truth. But they always the ones that's tap dancing and asking all the damn questions. You know? And at the same time, the prophecies are coming to pass. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith, man. That's why they're going off, because their root of their purpose is money. If you told Vo-Scab and them to stop getting on the internet or stop charging people or do interviews for free, do everything for free, he wouldn't do it. You know, because in the same video, he said he wanted to get paid. You know, I'm not going to play it. I probably played another clip. But he wanted to get paid for doing the shows. You know, one guy said, hey, when you come back on our show, he said, well, I can't because these guys paying me over here and they pay me more than you would. And he started joking, doting about it. See that? For the love, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. But thou, O man of Yahweh, flee these things and follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, and meekness. Fight the good fight of faith, lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art also called and hast professed a good profession before many witnesses. All right, and I'm going to end it with this. 1 Corinthians 12:1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto dumb idols, even as ye were led, meaning our people were led and carried away unto dumbass idols, meaning just like a chair or a damn lamppost, our people worshiping it. All right. And they became what? Gentiles. They became foreigners, foreign to the customs and the truth about Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's what makes them Gentiles. And I'm going to go into that in the next part of this lesson. But it's clear right there, man. Paul was sent unto the Gentiles, meaning the foreigners, the Israelite foreigners, right? To raise up that enzyme, which is Yahushua, the foundation, and to speak that truth before the foreigners, which are Israelites scattered around the world and throughout the 7 churches of Asia Minor. Even until today, they're scattered around the whole world, all right, able to hear this truth through the internet. Carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. Wherefore, I give you to understand, all right? So we were without Yahushua in the world, and we were Gentiles. So Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, in the confusion of faces, meaning they're Israelites, but their face or their skin complexion or their style looks like these heathens. All right? But their spirit goes back to the right-hand side of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. They're on the right-hand side of the tree. You can't get outside. You can't get around that. If you're on the right hand in the heavens, you're gonna be an Israelite upon earth, no matter what complexion you are, or no matter what color your clay is, that your seed, your sperm, or the spirit was put into. You know, if you're on the left-hand side in the heavens, you're gonna be on the left-hand side upon the earth, no matter what you look like. You're gonna be wicked. So, you know, to be more clear, at the end result is the point. When the reapers do the reaping, it's about the end. So until then, you're going to have Israelites from the right hand side in the heavens come down upon earth and be led to the left hand side upon the earth, being pulled and drawn and led unto dumb idols, led to be wicked, led into it. But when they die, their spirit goes back to the right-hand side of the Father. Right back in order. when they come back down to this earth, they're born into a family. And if that family is born in China, they're going to have to wrestle with China customs and idolatry. See, we born in this earth is given to the hand of the wicked. So we're born on an earth full of confusion, full of idols. We're born in America. If you're in America today. So the idols that we have to wrestle and fight against and destroy spiritually and someday physically in the kingdom is all the idols. This is a land of idols, man. Babylon. All right. It's a melting pot. So that's what we got to fight in this place. So, they became Gentiles because we were led away unto that stuff. So to be led back to Yahweh Shai by his voice, by his prophets, like you're being led back through the woods or through a jungle at night, and you hear your father's voice or your leader's voice, the shepherd's voice. And if you're the sheep, you're not going to follow anybody else's voice. This is a fact. And if you follow the shepherd's voice, you'll be led to the shepherd. Verse 3, wherefore I give you to understand, and Vo-Scab is not given to understand, and 2/3 of our people are not given to understand. So our job is not to track people down according to their lineage or genealogy. It's according to the past. If you're looking at the prophecies, you're going to clearly see that the Israelites are the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans at the core. And then you got the speckled bird, the confusion of faces, Israelites that are mingled amongst these heathens, that look like the heathens, acting like the heathens. Or may not even look like the heathens, but they're just acting like heathens. They're Gentiles, meaning what? Foreigners. It's just like comments, you gotta keep going over it. It's crazy, man. Wherefore I give you to understand. So if the Lord didn't give it to you, then you will not understand, according to Romans 11:7. That no man speaking by the Spirit of Yahweh calleth Yahweh Shai accursed. So if you're speaking by the spirit of the devil, spirit of the world, of the corrupt tree, on the left-hand side, then you're going to call Yahweh Shai cursed. You're going to call his people cursed. All right, you're going to call them Africans. You can call them wicked. You're going to call them liars. You're going to call the men of the Lord liars. And that's what they're doing today. So they're speaking from what? The devil, the deceiver. That's why we call Vo-Scab the devil, man. All right, wherefore I give you to understand that no man speaking by the Spirit of Yahweh calleth Yahweh Shai accursed, and that no man can say that Yahweh Shai is Lord but by the Holy Spirit. So if the Spirit wasn't given to you, then you're not going to know. If you're not of the two witnesses upon the earth, Judah, the northern kingdom or the southern kingdom of Israel, then you're not going to be part of that being sifted and purified